can you see me? Some Michigan fans got their wish after this sad state of affairs with Sherrone Moore, no pun intended, affairs. Sherrone Moore was fired for inappropriate relationship with a staff member, and apparently the staff member escorted his wife and 3 kids around the stadium for games and whatnot, part of an administrative role. This is all alleged. Everything I'm about to say is alleged. I don't think anyone knows the real deal, except Sherrone Moore does have a mugshot. He has been detained and apparently is now in a not like a mental institution, but like a wellness center somewhere. That chuckle was just, I can't believe it. Everything was going fine. Everyone's coming back, signed a great class. And all of a sudden, Biff Poggi is going to be Michigan's interim head coach for the Texas bowl game. Allegedly, he was fired and then he was arrested for threatening to take his own life and possibly the life of a staffer that he was having an inappropriate relationship with at her apartment. Now there is the question of whether or not Michigan's athletic director, Ward Manuel, knew about this before the Ohio State game and before signing day. So, we have a coach fired here at Michigan with cause. All the players can enter the portal if they want to. Will Ward Manuel be able to maintain his position to hire the next football coach for Michigan? This could delay things. And in the game of football, we saw it when Sherrone Moore was hired, when Jim Harbaugh left after the national championship win for the NFL because the NCAA was on his back. Now it's another black eye here. Is Ward Manuel in position to make this hire? This doesn't look good. I vouch for Ward Manuel and all of his previous hires, including Sherrone Moore. I vouch for Sherrone Moore on this channel as well. Think he's a good young coach that can learn, that inherited everything, of course. Hasn't done some of the things that you guys and me wanted him to do as of yet, but he's just entering his 3rd year, and then he goes and does this. So now the question becomes, which of these players will transfer out and which coaches will leave too? Because if the coaches leave, they're the individual coaches are the ones that the players interact with the most, not the head coach. And I watched a lot of videos about this. I'm just the dependent fanatic, no inside information here, just my opinion, and we'll get to some coaching candidates here at the end of this video. But obviously the big question is, can they retain? Can they get a coach before everybody leaves? And who is the next coach going to be? I can't know any of this that's going on. I don't know. It's all alleged. I hear it. It's hearsay for me, dependent fanatic. But until we find a head coach, I have some coaching candidates. I have the coaches that I wouldn't mind heading into the winningest program of all time still. This is going to be the 3rd year, already was the 3rd year in a row, right, where we had interim coaches, and it's Biff Poggi now for Michigan. to take on Texas, as I said. He is not going to be the head coach at the University of Michigan. So, Kalen DeBoer is atop everyone's list. But will Alabama just let him walk to Michigan, a team that's beat him twice the last couple of years in the bowl game? I don't think so. Also, why would he leave when they are currently a playoff team yet again, finally, after missing it last year? He made it in when he was at Washington, took them to the national title where they lost to Michigan in 2023. I guess he has ties in Michigan, and that's why this is a whole thing. Again, I don't know. Michigan will match or beat any Alabama offer, I would think. You got to go spend money here if you're Michigan, but who's doing the hiring and who's going to be on the administrative staff at the end of this, and then who's going to be Michigan's coaches, who's going to be here? You know, David Cohn, former Michigan quarterback, like Blaine always announces him, is right. You know, we should, I'm not a religious man, but I hope Sherrone Moore and that entire situation, everyone impacted by what happened, you almost want to pray for all that just to get your shit together. But this is a business, and this is the University of Michigan. We have to find a new coach now. Who's it going to be? Kalen DeBoer, like I said, everybody's number one. Jesse Minter. I'm going to throw a lot of names here. Jesse Minter. These are all names that I wouldn't mind as Michigan's head coach. He is the Los Angeles Chargers defensive coordinator under Jim Harbaugh. He was formerly Michigan's defensive coordinator under Jim Harbaugh. The show cause for him ends soon. It was what I heard, within a month. But that's too long. He can't be the guy. That's just too long in this time frame. Kenny Dillingham at Arizona State. He's a great coach. Won Big 12 championship. Made it to the playoff. Made it far in the playoff. Got screwed by Texas. Clark Lee, Vanderbilt's head coach. Vanderbilt had 2 losses in the SEC this year. 2 losses total, right? But would it just be another James Franklin situation at Penn State where he wins all the games he's supposed to, but loses to the teams that are supposed to beat him? That concerns me with Clark Lee. Brent Venables, the Oklahoma head coach. I wanted him when Harbaugh left 2 years ago before we hired Sherrone Moore. Venables is my number 1 or 2 hire along with Kalen DeBoer. Venables' defenses make me lick my chops up here in Michigan in the cold and where that matters the most. I'm a defensive guy. I love Venables. I love what he did at Clemson, winning them those national titles, going to Oklahoma now. And yes, the offense is not what it's supposed to be there right now, but it is getting better. He's trying to put together an offense. And I'm sure he will try to put together an offense whether he stays at Oklahoma or he leaves to Michigan. Either way, give me that defense. Let's go. Call Dan Lanning from Oregon, the Oregon head coach. Phil Knight won't allow him to leave, though. Kurt Cignetti loves the villain role, so maybe he screws Indiana for Michigan. I don't know. It's got to be one of these guys. We cannot settle for another no-name. And I like what Joel Klatt said. You can't just go ahead and say we want to look at head coaches only. We can't pigeonhole ourselves on this search, but it has to be very quick. either way Michigan goes, we will have to pay up. We will have to pay money because other coaches have already set the standard. Lane Kiffin to Florida. On down the line, call Urban Meyer. I don't care if he beat the shit out of Michigan for all. He's a great coach. Call him. Call Nick Saban too. What the fuck? Why not? But seriously, Venables is the guy that I would pick. We'll see if it's not one of these guys. Who would it be? Let me know in the comments below. But man, sad day for Michigan football. Maybe some of you are rejoicing out there. I still had hope for Sherrone Moore, but he just shattered all that in a week, in a month, in a year. I don't know. I don't know how long this has gone on, and I don't know if Michigan would have beat Ohio State and been in the playoff if any of this would have got out. And he might still be the head coach, which wouldn't have been good. So I'm glad it came out, but man, the timing is bad. We could have got coaches previously if he had already been fired for on-field stuff. Maybe they could have gathered a better recruiting class than number 10. Who knows? Who knows? This is crazy. Michigan fans' reaction to Sherrone Moore. Abruptly out at Michigan. Go Blue. Come on, get someone good. We got to get back on track.